And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it.
I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
Nigeria is the terrorist, not we, not Biafran. So Finland, you need to get that clear first. You need to know who is committing the act of terrorism. As of today, the Nigerian state, headed by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, continues to unleash act of terrorism against innocent Biafrans.
Hearing you talking about Ngozi Arabeze, I am not here to make a problem. I want to ask you, since Ngozi Arabeze's claim that she is the leader of Biafra, what have she done for this Biafra?
Please,
now,
hold on 1 second. Let me correct you. You know, respect is a reciprocal. She was awake night and day. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. It's not Ngozi Arabeze. Dr. Arabeze. She was awake night and day to achieve that title. Please, if you can put it, I'll be so happy. Thank you.
Okay, go on, Peacemaker. Peacemaker. Wait, hold on, Peacemaker. Hold on, Peacemaker. Hold on. I love that name you chose, Peacemaker. So you just calm down. Whatever question you will have all the time in the world to ask questions, and we will respond to you. That name that you put there, Peacemaker, respect it. And just like my sister said, in this platform, we don't disrespect people, and we will not allow people to disrespect us. It doesn't matter your ideology, your line of thought, or where you belong or who you support. Respect is one thing that we adore in this platform. So when you are speaking more especially about our Deputy Prime Minister, please include her title. It is important. We respect, just as you join us, we will respect you and give you all the time, and also respect your respond to your questions. Please, Peacemaker, I unmute you. Go ahead and speak to us.
Good. Brother, I want to ask, since that your Prime Minister, what have you done? Since you have been a Prime Minister, what have you done? Ngozi Arabeze has done?
Is that the question? Is that all?
Yes. What have she?
Okay. Okay. Can I answer you? Can I just give you one example?
Hold on, my sister Ojugo. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. We are going to attend to his question. He asked a question. As he asked the question, we know there are so many people, Biafrans, that are not following events that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
People are not following, and when we meet some people like that, we assume that they are losing information, and what they need, we give to them. At the same time, while we are responding, just like Goodluck Jonathan said, when we discover that it is about somebody who is pretending to be asleep, that we cannot be able to wake up, we will always also address that very person in that manner and allow the person, when the person wakes up, he can join us. So let us not rush this matter. He asked a question, which we are going to respond. Because I believe why he asked that question is that he knows that this very platform, supports the United States of Biafra from A to Z. We are behind Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and whatever she does, we are with her. That was why he has the courage to come and ask us that question. And we are going to answer him quietly. Any one of us here can answer the question to him, yeah. But we are going to take it one after the other. And if he's not convinced, if he still have questions, we will respond. So as we proceed, let us calm down. Let's assume that our brother has not been following. Let's assume he only sees us when we talk about Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. He doesn't know the achievement that have been made. So let's allow my beloved sister Njoku to speak then. You can answer him. Tell him what Dr. Ngozi Orabueze have done. If he's not satisfied, my beloved brother Christian is also here. I am here. We have Bro Greg is here. So everybody here, anybody here can respond to that question. It's a very simple question that we must attend to. So my sister Njoku, go ahead.
Okay. My brother, your name is so good. Peacemaker. And and I'm happy that you respected what I said when I said give the title that belongs to somebody, because I went to school and I know how I used to be awake at night when others are sleeping, and I'm studying, going to library, suffering, and now we're talking about something I know my level, and then we're talking about somebody who is a doctor, you know. So it's very, very important. Even if you're fighting with the person, it's always good to give that title to that person. There's one Reverend Father, I can't remember, in Port Harcourt, when I lived in Port Harcourt. He studied in US here, and he's a parishioner, parish priest of my parish then. He's a professor. If you call him Reverend Father without that professor, he's not going to answer. He'll tell you, no, I was awake night, day to get to this point, writing thesis, everything. So please, thank you so much for respecting that, my opinion and my suggestion. But to answer you straight, I'm just going to give just two, the current one, just in case you miss it, because like our brother said, one of the problems we have, most time people don't have data, or people, you know, like Jonathan said, are sleeping and maybe they're trying to be awake. The current one now is what we did May 30th. Those who passed during the war and currently in the cause of Biafra were respected. Biafra land was shut down. The Biafra liberation, the soldiers, Biafra soldiers, came out different location, different states to honor the fallen heroes. An office, our embassy office, opened in Washington, D.C. All this happened just May 30th that just passed. Washington,
but our prime minister, excuse me, ma. Our prime minister.
Can you slow down? Can you just slow down? Let me. You asked a question. You asked a question. You said, "What has she?"
Don't worry. Don't
you asked a question. You asked a question. What has she achieved? And then I'm just giving you just the current one. Now that happened, you know, and that's one. The office opened. And we are grateful, not only that we're grateful, but Washington, D.C., where things are happening, that's where we're able to get an office. Go find out, or you can Google if you have enough data. Google a flat or a room in Washington, D.C., how much it costs in a month. So it's not easy. 2, go to Amazon. I did. I saw United States of America Constitution for sale. And then I scrolled down. I saw United States of Biafra Constitution in Amazon. This just happened a few days ago. So these are few things current that I want to mention that she has achieved. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my beloved sister Ojugo. And Peacemaker, if you are still there, you can send back your request. I don't know why you left. I only muted you because my sister was speaking.
Doesn't have a data. No data.
My sister was speaking, so I muted you so that you can allow her to finish, then you can ask your question. So please,
we can help him with the data.
You can send back your request. You can send back your request if you are still there, so that we'll respond accordingly. Okay, he's back. We'll respond. Don't bother yourself. Don't rush. We are not fighting you. We are just responding to questions that you ask. So my sister have responded, and in support of what she had just said, when you ask that question, what has the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Areboeze, done? If I am to enlighten you a little bit, the person we are talking about is the COS of Biafra when we were in Briggy. Remember, we are talking about the COS, Dr. Ngozi Areboeze. While we were in Briggy, Dr. Ngozi Areboeze, from the structure of Briggy, was the second person in command. And every time we held a program, including those who are against her today, always introduce her in the public as the person in charge, when Mazi Simon Ekpa is not around. From the moment our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, had a problem, she was the one that took up the mantle and stood up. The very first broadcast that was made, I still have it here. If you want, I can play it for you. She spoke on behalf of Briggy. And she gave that word that we continue to stand, to continue to fight for Biafra until Biafra is restored. On the structure of Briggy, when we were in Briggy. Before the taking away of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, he already had a structure for us. The structure he kept in place, which except you just joined yesterday, which it is possible. There are people that just joined yesterday, there are people that joined yesterday, and there are people that are going to join tomorrow. So when they join and ask, I will understand. Except you joined yesterday, there is a structure that Mazi Simon Ekpa left for us. And the target of that structure is to take us to the United States of Biafra, which every one of us agreed on. It is not a secret. That structure is in public. That we will continue to pursue and push Briggy into the United States of Biafra. And our Prime Minister gave a date, a mandate. Then we had 2nd of December. That was what was planned. And before we could go to that very extent, something happened. He was taken away from us. Immediately, he was taken away. Our Deputy Prime Minister today, Dr. Ngozi Areboeze, who was then COS, stepped in. And she continued to push that very project. She pushed that very project until we got to Finland. When we got to Finland, even when Mazi Simon Ekpa was kidnapped, it was as if the declaration would not be made. Everybody was afraid, including stepping into Finland. But she took a bold step to go to Finland a week before time. And her stepping into Finland gave people courage to begin to fly in. People begin to fly in. That was the first step she took. A bold step when everybody was scared of stepping their foot in Finland because of the kidnapping of Mazi Simon Ekpa. She was the very first person that stepped into Finland, flew in, and that gave people courage to begin to fly in. And Biafrans flew in from all parts of the world. I played the video when I started. I don't know whether you are here when I played the video. The video is still here. If you want me to replay it, I can play those videos for you. What transpired in Finland transpired. Every one of us who were there then, if you were there then, I believe you would have watched it and you saw it, except if you joined yesterday. But if you have been with us all this while, when Master Simon Ekpa was there, you will see that Biafrans flew into Finland from all across the world. And Master Simon Ekpa gave a word before that very convention. The word he gave was to give us the surrogate. And that surrogate, he told her, the surrogate was Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze, and he told her, hold on to the mandate. The decision to declare Biafra or not to declare lies on you. Make that choice. And Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze called members of the cabinet and stood on that choice. They made a choice to make the declaration with the cabinet. The majority carried the vote. And she supported and went ahead to stand on behalf of the Prime Minister. That was exactly how she read it on the day of declaration. On behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, from today henceforth, from 29th of November 2024 going forward, we cease to become Briggy, and we are now the United States of Biafra. The change of date from 2nd to 29th was as a result of what transpired, what happened to Mazi Simon Ekpa. There were a lot of challenges. There were a lot of intels coming from right side and center, and there was an attack which is aimed at stopping the declaration of Biafra. In order to beat that plan, the time was changed from 2nd to 29th. And on 29th, we celebrated the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. And from 29th of November 2024 onwards, we ceased to become Briggy. We began to answer the United States of Biafra. That was exactly what she said, and everybody celebrated there, and we all were happy, and we rejoiced and celebrated. After that move, that bold step she took, which is a major thing that whenever the history of Biafra is written today, you are going to remember that there was a woman who stood in for Master Simon Ekpa when he was not there and made the declaration on behalf of Master Simon Ekpa in the presence of the whole world, the United States of Biafra. That was the very first step. And on reaching home, some people, for one reason or the other, become aggrieved. For one reason or the other, become aggrieved, even when they knew there was a structure in place. And Master Simon Ekpa, most of the things I'm saying here are on video. Some, the Deputy Prime Minister have revealed. Master Simon Ekpa himself put in place the structure you are seeing today, made mention, called names of people who are going to put in place the United States of Biafra government to run it. He mentioned names. And in that name, you are going to hear Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze mentioned, and many other members who are with Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze today. In that, there were 5 people mentioned. They are all there today with her. These are on video. And she continued to hold that legacy. While some people, maybe because they felt that it is not right for a woman to lead them, or they felt that because they are not in power, they were aggrieved and they began to push different propaganda against her. She was not deterred. And she went into structuring the United States of Biafra, how it will be. Went into work with members of the cabinet. And the another step she took was to decentralize the Liberation Army of Biafra. The decentralization was put in place. The decentralization made it that in the 40 states of Biafra, we will have a command. In the decentralization, we will have a command everywhere so that the Liberation Army of Biafra can respond speedily when something happens. Instead of you waiting for a central command to come and take action, that there will be speedy response in every state whenever something happens. She took that step. Some people got worried, even including men who were on the ground fighting. They got angry because normally that is how it happens. When there is change, some people find it difficult to adapt to change. Mainly Black people. We are it is very hard for us to adapt to change. But she was not moved. She continued in that decentralization. Many people were aggrieved. Some were aggrieved, some later fall back, and a lot of things were happening. Many propaganda continued, and she was not moved. She continued to move on. She went ahead to continue to cement and protect the Biafran struggle, making sure that our land is being protected, doing what she can do. And even at a time when some group of people decided to Tell the Liberation Army to step back, not to do what they are supposed to do. She was not deterred. They were doing that just to demoralize her, make sure that she doesn't continue what she has to do. But she never stepped back. She held onto that banner, fought through with all the propaganda and blackmail. Some went to the extent of calling her names, saying that she's working for Nigerian government, which is something we have had over and over. They said that to Mazi Simon Ekpa. They have said that to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, call different kinds of names, but she was not deterred. In the midst of all that, she went ahead to begin to create a means on how to defend Biafra land. In the midst of creating that means, methods were changed, and we also implemented the issue of the survival whistle. The survival whistle was introduced. That survival whistle, people mocked it and called it a game. But we know that survival whistle is a means of creating awareness, just like calling the attention of your neighbors when there is a problem, so that people will not be, so that you can be able to organize yourself before something happens. And the implementation of survival whistle can just be referred to as when something happens, you call your neighbor. When something happens, you call it. When you see something, you say something. And the best way to make it speedily is through that survival whistle. It was launched. Biafrans bought into it. We did it. We made some.
Are we going to use whistle to fight, or we are going to use gun?
Can you listen to me? Let me finish. I am just explaining. It is not compulsory that you must agree with what I say, but allow me to explain. Because what I'm saying will also benefit some people who we are not following up. So, that survival whistle was launched. It was a success. The success was made, and up to today, the process is there, and the whistles are moving down to Biafra land, and it will be taught to people how to make use of the whistle. The sound you will hear, you will know that the terrorists are around, either in uniform or off uniform. The sound you hear, you know that your brother is in distress. The sound you hear, if you're inside, you run outside. The sound you hear, if you're outside, you run inside. These are things that will be taught to Biafrans, and it's a structure of defense to defend Biafra land. In terms of policing, there are methods that have been put in place. Many things that we said on side of security, which I'm not going to be mentioning here, which if you follow up, if you're a follower, you will understand without anybody explaining to you. And the last one, the last phase we are now, the progress on taking the Biafran restoration into the level of recognition. The best way to go into the battle of that recognition is in the headquarters of the world where things happen. Every one of us know what Washington, D.C. stands for. Washington, D.C. is the headquarters of the whole world. That is where decision makers meet. That is where the fate of the world is decided. And we cannot just be on social media talking. We cannot just be blabbing and shouting. We have to go to a place where the things are happening. And finally, by the grace of Chukwu Okike, the Biafra mission in Washington, D.C. have been opened on the 30th. On that same day, there was a peace summit. On that peace summit, people were invited. Biafrans were invited. People who have something to offer, who have the love of Biafra, but one reason or the other, maybe because of misunderstanding, or just like yourself, maybe because you misunderstand certain things, many people came there to join at that peace summit to strengthen things and move forward. And the Heroes Day was also celebrated. This briefing I just gave you are many things that is in public that you're supposed to know. That is why I talked about those that are in public. And there are some other things, other moves that have been made to seek and get recognition of Biafra. Letters have been written to so many governments of the world, which if you want to know the countries that have been written officially by Biafran government, you go to the platform of Deputy Prime Minister, you're going to see the countries that have been written. Nigeria have been written officially. Netherlands have been written officially. Canada have been written officially. United States have been written officially. Many countries of the world have been written officially about the declaration of the restoration of Biafra and the sovereignty of Biafra. So these are some of the progresses that, and I believe among all these I mentioned, you must have captured some. Maybe you will not agree with some, you might agree with some. So from this, if you have something else to say or ask or add to what I'm saying, you can say. Before then, bro Christian, let's allow him to chip in something, then you come in.
All right. I have heard
Peacemaker.
I have heard what you have said. Now that they have the what they call it embassy in Washington D.C. and we are now in United States of Biafra, where is our passports? Where is our passport? Who recognize us that we have an embassy in Washington D.C.? Which country that recognize us that we are now a nation? Where is our embassy?
Can I answer this? Can I answer this, our brother Rochus?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and answer him. Go ahead and answer.
Peacemaker.
Passport. Is it only what we are going to use to travel all over the world?
Okay. Please mute him so I can talk.
Peacemaker, hold on. Peacemaker, you have asked let somebody answer you. Okay, go ahead and answer.
Biafrans, I'm not answering him, but I'm telling to talk to Biafrans. Okay. Brother Chooks, you have done enough. You have even a little child of 1 year old will understand you perfectly. You did a good job. You played a gentleman game. You have been very nice to Peacemaker. This question is asking here. You can never go to Rafa Jerry's page and ask this question. You can never go to our page and ask. They will kick you out. They will throw you out immediately. But to show you that the United States of Biafra are made up of intellectuals, people who respect humankind, who respect human rights, who are ready to answer you and well educated. That's why Chook Survival and our fellow brothers and our sisters that were here, they were entertaining this guy. Biafra and some of these guys, these are followers of Chike Dozie. They are there to cause confusion. They moved from Chike Dozie, they moved to Ogenkere. Now they are coming. You will see them asking the same question every night. If you like, answer them 2,000 times. They're asking you the same question over and over. Please, this kind of people, just you are giving him time, let him move out. Wait.
Thank you. Hello, it's okay. Hello, bro, listen, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I was going to ask him what exactly does he expect Dr. Ngozi Arabeze and the United States of Biafra to have done in this time frame that they've not done? Now, he more or less answered it before I even came in, but based on what he had just said, because we always have to give these people a chance to come and show whom they are. And from what they say and from the things they say, we know where they're coming from. You know, you cannot, it's not everybody that you can educate or lecture and they will get it. Some will not. That's how it is. It's the nature of the beast. Now, from what he just said, because like I said, that was the question I was going to ask him. What do you expect them to have done that they've not done? What are you...
Let me unmute him so that he answered that question you just asked. Peacemaker.
Mazi choose. Wait. Mazi choose. Hello?
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he basically he said it already. I said that that is the question I was going to ask him. But from his response, he has now asked him, because he said that now that they've redeclared Biafra and they have embassy in Washington, that where is our passport? How can we travel with what? So obviously you can see, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he is from Ogenkere or is from this or from that, but there are levels in this game. And our understanding and maturity they are not the same. So, but we cannot condemn every of our own, just based on their level. You will have to be, and that is one of the things that attracts me, on this platform, right? Because we have to approach issues with understanding too. I told you how I left Van, whom I was very regular with, So obviously it could be that he is one of those disgruntled people on the other side, but it could as well be that he just showing his level. So we don't have to just go and in an outburst against him. But I like how you gave him a chance. Some will learn and they will understand and they will see that this United States of Biafra, they've done a lot. Let me tell you, I don't know if I have much time, and I don't know if he's listening.
Go ahead. He's listening.
At the beginning, I was skeptical. about Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. I don't know if I've said it before, but I'm just telling you now that from the beginning I was skeptical because because then when he came in, I didn't know when he got a call, right? Because he said calling Biafra, he said calling, right? I don't know when he got the call and when he joined. So, but when I knew her and I started following, people were castigating her and saying that she was a Nigerian agent, because that she just came in to promote one Nigeria and to create philanthropical, humanitarian organization, stuff like that. That was when the PM was very, very much around. Yes. So on my own part, I did not take side. I did not make decision or conclusion. I just said, let me follow and watch. And then I followed her. I followed the everything. And I knew as time goes on, as I follow along, I knew that, these are not signs from the things she was doing and saying, and the things I was seeing physically. These are not signs of somebody who has come to sabotage. So this is where, again, you have to be able to use your brain and to show understanding and experience when it comes to certain issues. So I follow her every move, and I came to the conclusion that this is it. Okay, so it's not everybody that we're blessed to be in that position, but at the same time, we have to. We are all Biafran. When all is said and done, we are still all going to be Biafran. Those who are in breach of certain things you can consider unforgivable, they will have to be dealt with by the law too, right? So, but like this brother now, Peacemaker, if he's listening, I don't know where he's coming from, what informed his opinion, but he need to go and search his own soul and watch and see that this government under Dr. Ngozi Arabeze is doing amazing things. Amazing. And from the outside, I'm looking in and I'm seeing that they are doing. It's a gradual process, It's a marathon, not a race, right? So it's a step-by-step movement. A guy came one time and said, "Oh, that this, that." No. It's a gradual process. So it doesn't happen overnight. But you can see that every step, every time we are moving, we are making progress, and we get there. So that is, so that let me not take all the time. But frankly, where we are today, to have opened this office or this embassy in Washington, D.C. is a step in the right direction. And I am sure that if PM was around, this is where we'll probably be by now in terms of diplomatic movement, right? So yes. Though there are other things that could have been done, but that is also as a result of the enemy being able to infiltrate and create a scenario where I described the last time as strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Because that is where we are now, where you have these different people trying to, it's just crazy. But the truth of the matter is that this United States of Biafra, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, is moving at the right direction. We have to be patient. We have to keep walking. We have to keep believing. We have to keep praying. Except if you don't believe in Biafra, except if you don't want Biafra, then it's a different thing. So that is the little thing I can contribute. I don't know if he's listening. He can still give him time to say, let's see.